Hi everyone. God bless you. My name is John Samuel. I just want to give you some insight about rapture. What is rapture? Many Christians are confused about rapture, whether it will happen or not. And many believe in rapture, and many they don't believe in rapture. But what Bible says about rapture, we need to see through the primary source. The Bible is the primary source. And it is not good practice for any minister or Christians to consult secondary sources first and then the Bible use as a criticism or be a suspicions about Bible. So we need to see first the Bible text what it says. The Bible is pretty clear about rapture. Many people experience rapture in the Bible, and it is very clear. So if many people in the Bible they experience rapture, so it is not difficult for God to um, give rapture to other Christians or His church. So let's see where rapture took place in the Bible and what Bible says about. And the first evidence we can see in the book of Genesis. It's not the Old Testament. We should call it um, First Testament because it's still valid, and we need to use Bible in context, not just discard the Old Testament and then just consult the New Testament. Okay, so let's read book of Genesis chapter 5, verse 21 to 24. It says, Enoch lived 65 years and begot Methuselah. After he begot Methuselah, Enoch walked with God 300 years and had sons and daughters. So all the days of Enoch were 365 years. And Enoch walked with God, and he was not, because God took him. So he walked faithfully with God all the year of his life, and then in the end, because God, God took him because of his faithfulness with God. Yes, so scriptures are clearly telling us Enoch did not die because God took him. And the second reference we can see from the book of Kings, and in the book of Kings it's mentioned the Elijah was taken by God. He didn't die, and he passed his anointing to Elisha, his disciple. So this is the second evidence from the Old Testament, the First Testament, and then also we can see in the book of Luke as well, book of Luke, chapter 17. Yes, I know there is evidences in Matthew as well. So when we talk about Gospels, the Gospels are the shared stories, synoptic Gospels, yes, and the similar stories. Okay, so I think the book of Luke is talking about Jesus Christ himself. He's talking about rapture, and he says in the verse 34, let's read. He says, I tell you, in that night there will be two men in one bed. The one will be taken and the other will left. Two women will be grinding together. The one will be taken and the other left. Two men will be in field. The one will be taken and the other left. So you can see the word taken again used, which in Greek is harpizo. Yes. So the Bible is clearly talking about the rapture will take place, and Jesus Christ is giving clear evidence. Okay. And then there is a book of Thessalonians where the Paul is again comforting these people and telling them the um, God will rapture his people. He's talking about. Yes. Okay. And another evidence we can see in the book of Acts, chapter 8, verses 38 to 40. You can see the story of Philippus uh, baptizing the eunuch, Ethiopian eunuch. And as soon as um, the Philippus baptized Ethiopian eunuch, he was taken into the air. And in this story, in this place, we can see he was not just permanently taken, but he was taken from one place to another. So uh, the rapture clearly took place in Old Testament, and in the New Testament people experienced the rapture. And it's not a sort of metaphor, or it is not sort of like a fiction, but it took place. Yes. And book of Revelation, I just like to, in the end, I would just like to divert your attention towards book of Revelation chapter 3:10. And God